All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we are talking about Lvl Up Expo 2024. Now, first and foremost, just want to thank the convention for giving us press badges, allowing us to go to this convention for free. And this was the 11th year this con has been going on. I guess we haven't talked about it on the podcast, but yeah, I haven't really heard about this con. Or I've heard about it, but I've never really known like what goes down in there. I had a great time, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely had an amazing experience. It's been a long time since really the last time I was at a con with you guys. So it really just kind of brought me back to the good old days. All in all, I wouldn't say it was like, I guess, different from any other con aside from the normal. But there was some cool stuff that was kind of unique here to this con that I didn't see anywhere else. Wrestling, they had the cars there, but I think that AX also had cars before. I just never noticed if they were there or not.
Yeah, over the years, more cons are getting the cars as like the decal culture for like these anime conventions. Like they've just been getting bigger every year, so now like they're really getting all the weeb cars in. Yeah, the live wrestling, that was a cool sight to see. I get it now why wrestling's popular. At other conventions, there's the wrestling or the Cosplay Wrestling Federation. But it's not the wrestling aspect, it's just the shit-talking aspect that they do. But yeah, to get to see it live was pretty cool over there. Had a little... they pretty much had it going on the whole weekend for like a few hours at a time. I think there was like it was some kind of tournament that was going on.
I don't think it was a tournament. I just think that it was more or less just wrestling, because I don't think there was a spot for anybody to sign up for wrestling or something like that.
Yeah, it was just whatever the organization that was hosting it. It was just them doing their thing.
It's been in the con for about 6 years already. Yeah, it got pretty intense. We stayed for a couple matches. There was some good character development that we saw.
Yeah, I gotta love a good heel.
Aside from that, they had a couple other things going on. The usual cosplay contests. Probably my favorites were the Helldivers, straight up. Like every iteration of them that I saw.
Yeah, there's about, I think, like 4 of them walking around. But not together. They're just, random super citizens, just taking that pledge against evil that are bugs and bots.
There was the U.S. Army recruitment. Honestly, I'd rather be recruited to Hellmeyer.
Yeah, a lot of crazy cosplays. I think some of my favorites, like there was a huge, I guess not huge, but there was a decent sized like Street Fighter cosplay group that was walking around, so that was really fun to see. Goddamn, like I've only heard of the show, but yeah, Hotel Has-Been just was the centerpiece of this convention. Like, holy cow.
Oh yeah, I didn't really know too much about that show, but I had just always seen it around. So much merch, so much art, a lot of swag that we had got. Kind of afraid to drop the total number. I don't know if you added up all of your purchase. We treated ourselves. Definitely a lot of treat yourself moments that we had.
Yeah, so not really an exhibit hall itself. Like everything was kind of all together. Yeah, you had the booths, you had the artist alley next to each other. The whole little arcade section they had that bordered the halls with like where all the tournaments were being held. Just kind of put everything all together, which, I mean, it makes sense. The convention center itself, I never realized how huge it was. Multiple buildings put together. And it was only just the West Hall. But yeah, a lot of cool booths. Definitely picked up a bunch. Shout out to like G Fuel. They were out there and we were able to get some fuel for free. Funky Garage was there. He does decals with basically waifus and then leaning more towards like car culture. So there's like a lot of some of the decals that were cars. He has like some shirts and bumpers and all that kind of cool stuff. I talked to him for a bit. Gave us some free decals, so that was very cool of him to do. I forgot they changed their name, but I know it was like Schwenk. It was like
Schwain.
What is it now? The Schwinn?
Schwain.
Yeah, Schwain Inc. You got some of that good merch over there, Oscar.
Yeah, I looked it up. Schwain, Moon May, and then I think Offset. It's like some collaborative apparel that they had. So yeah, they had a lot of good merch. It's really cool. It was kind of like rave apparel, I guess. But it was super awesome. I mean, like, they had a whole bunch of stuff that was just, to me, like, top quality. Probably, like, I would say probably, but my wallet definitely knows that it was the best booth that I went to throughout that weekend, because I spent the most money there.
Yes.
They had a lot of good stuff. I was really a big fan of these like, mini duffels that they have. Like what you would expect, like just a small bag with a couple different pockets in it. So the one that I picked out was like a Gundam theme, and I got like the standard gray with the red, I think unicorn theme. So it's just going based off Gundam unicorn. It was pretty lit. They had a lot of other stuff there too. Some patches, those key tags, like the lanyard tags too. Big fan of a lot of their designs and stuff like that. So shout out to Moonmei, Offset. Yeah, they're super cool. I would definitely recommend checking them out. They had a good promotion too on that last day there. If you had bought in 2 of those duffel bags, they would have given you 1 for free. So I did end up buying 1 for myself, 1 for my wife. She ended up getting like a Sailor Moon one. We got a Chainsaw Man one as the 3rd one for free. Pretty cool because I was pretty much eyeing them all. So I ended up getting all the ones that I wanted anyway. They did give me some free stuff. I did get a free gaming mat. Another thing that the 3 of us were kind of looking for. So I think I came across a good deal there, unknowing to myself. So thank you for that. And Gerry, I think you also bought a gaming mat, right?
Bought a couple, yeah. So they're both pretty good. I bought a Bloodborne and a Cowboy Bebop one. I bought the Bebop first because I didn't see the Bloodborne one. Of course, you see all the good stuff at the very end after you made your purchases, so I don't have any regrets. Just a bunch of shirts, a bunch of stickers, a bunch of pins. Lord knows I need more shorts, so I bought a pair of shorts.
Did you guys see that booth with the Gamer Girl underwear?
The Gamer Girl underwear? I did not see that. Oh, are you talking about the booty shorts?
Yeah, well, it said it was underwear. Like, that's just...
Oh, no, yeah, I remember that booth.
Really tight, really short. And that was just for the men's side.
Yeah.
The men's side was alright too, I guess.
Yeah, I just got some decals. I got this cool Dance Dance Revolution shirt. The Artist Alley and exhibit hall stuff was pretty solid. Pretty much what I would expect for like a typical con. Yeah, because I didn't really know what to expect because, again, I didn't know what kind of con. It's like, is this more of a comic con? Is it an anime con? The answer I came up with was, it's a convention. But it also, I guess, has more focus on the, like the fighting game aspect too. Like, so we entered the Tekken tournament, and yeah, you can get Tekken World Tournament points if you make like top 6 or something.
Those guys were ruthless, man. And I feel like if we were a bit more prepared, there's definitely that for next time. Just any gaming tournaments we know ahead of time, just always bring a controller. They did let you rent controllers in case you do show up unequipped.
Yeah, I didn't realize, because I was like, oh, I'm sure like every setup's gonna have the controllers already there.
But yeah, man, it was a good experience. I mean, we learned from it. I didn't sign up for the tournament simply enough because I'm a bitch and I just knew I was gonna lose. I did want to commend the both of you guys. Both of you guys did last.
Thank God for the DQ.
Yeah, normal tourney moment where, you know, there's just DQs. Everyone's at other tournaments playing and stuff.
Yeah, it was funny. I think that happened to both of you, right?
Yes.
I learned that a bunch of rules aren't really common sense. Like there was this guy who tried pausing during the tournament. I thought that was like one of the golden rules, but apparently like there's a lot of things people don't know still. There was some confusion whether or not this was an official tournament, and it really was. I kept hearing that a lot from like the game masters and the people, the staff like behind the tournament. So it was pretty cool to see. Like it sucks because nobody really knows like how official this thing was. Honestly, it's just a tournament to me because I think this is like one of my first ones ever since like playing Smash during COVID times, or like this is my first time doing a Tekken tournament. We'll say I would do it again. Thinking about hitting some locals here. This is a gaming town I'm in, so I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, there's some scary guys out there.
Honestly, like coming to this one in Vegas actually brought my confidence up a little bit more. I just gotta hit the grindstone with Yoshimitsu. It's always a good time when you and another person are having a match, and no matter the outcome, you'll get an applause. It's just something about it that's kind of invigorating. Like maybe I should just keep playing or keep trying this. And also, like I like giving the show to people. Everybody loves a good match, especially when it's like down to the last life, and it's like last match of the set.
You guys definitely had some good competitors. They were really good sportsmen, both of them. You know, nobody rage quits, yeah. Nobody cries, no Johns.
At least not with us, which was good.
Yeah.
It was pretty nice.
So I don't think I saw anybody rage quit. At least not in Tekken.
I saw somebody coming close. He was getting tossed around by I forgot what, but he was getting tossed around, and like he was saying some expletives, slamming his it was the same the sleek fight stick. that he was using, and so he was slamming it down every time he lost one.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even on some cheesy bullshit. The other guy was actually really good. The mentality, I feel like it's easier to get in for me is to keep my mentality at like, I just need one and then I'll be good. And then I actually got a couple, and so I'm satisfied with that. If anything, that was my fear too. Is like, what if I could control the fucking rage, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But this was a good test, for sure.
Yeah, I had a good time with it. Yeah, I definitely learned a lot, and it's just good to be there, seeing everybody else play and kind of just getting ready.
There were definitely some good matches there. This game has been out for some time now, and just the community that it's bringing together, I'm a fan of it, and it's maybe another reason why I'm still playing Tekken, just so that like I can go to these kind of things and see who's actually playing and who wants to have fun versus who's like a jobber.
Yeah. All that stuff. We went to the after party, the one on Saturday. There was also one on Friday, I believe. I gotta say, like, so I've been going to, a bunch of these cons every year, and every time there's like an after party out here in California, I'm always like, okay, well, how is the DJ gonna be? Because, one specific group, they pick the same DJ every time for these official after parties, and it's just a lot of misses for the most part. Like,
oh my God.
I'm like, okay, the music's starting to get hype, and then, now the rest of the set's just kind of meh. Or I was like, oh, hey, it's actually doing good, like at ALA. Oh, it's a different DJ. And then, their set just ended. Oh, now it's back to the other DJ that they always use. Oh, okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah, but no, here, dude, the two DJs they picked, they were killing it. Very hype. A lot of good remixes, which, yeah, I don't really hear often enough at these kind of places.
I almost shit myself when I heard the Linkin Park remix. It was so over, dude. As soon as I heard Mike Shinoda rapping, and then the bass just drops, everything just starts kicking up. I'm like, dude, we're so back.
This was the most millennial of all time, millennial club of all time.
That dance party was definitely for our age group.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and that was over at the Palm Casino, one of the party area of the casino.
The nightclub was called Chaos, Kaos.
Yeah, it was really cool. I had a great time.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe want to dress up this time, or next time we go.
Yeah, dude, shout out to, there was one guy there, he had his full armor set, and I was like, oh man, I know that's
wild,
rough, bud. And I was saying, like, for the most part, like, we went to the middle, me and Gerry. For me, it wasn't that hot. I don't know about you, Gerry, but I was like...
Nah, I was fine. If anything, I could have lost the jacket. And plus, like the car wasn't even too far away, so, like, if I really wanted to, I could have probably, like, bitched out and put my jacket in the car.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I was bowling, dude. Maybe if I had, like, one more drink, I'd probably, like, be sweating enough to do it, but I was fine. Sometimes the AC would blow, and then a lot of people in the crowd had their fans. Sometimes catch the downwind from that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then every now and then the fog would kick in, or like they'd drop the confetti and like all this wave of cold air would kick in. I was like, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's another 10 minutes on the floor for me. Easy.
Yeah.
Also crazy too, I think it said it was supposed to end at 2, right?
Yeah, I think the time was up until 3 o'clock, actually, because we were there past 2.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, it's like 1:50 and they're not saying anything yet.
No such thing as last call, or maybe they didn't announce last call. I don't even know if last call exists in Vegas. Does it exist in Vegas?
Yeah, is there a last call?
Don't ask me. I've never like...
You never stayed long enough to figure it out?
I have not. Inside of the casino, they're made for you to, like, not know where the fuck you are. Like, it's like being in Jumanji, dude. Like, you're not gonna know what year it is, what time it is, whether it's daytime or nighttime. You're just like, I'm just fucking gambling. I've been here for 5 minutes. No, Junior, you've been here for 50 years.
This is also true, yeah.
Yeah, there's no clocks.
You're right.
Yeah,
that's how they get you. Yeah, for all call, I would say nah. You probably just keep bar hopping, just depending on where you go. Most bars, especially on Fremont, they do close. It's not like they stay open all night. So probably like till 3 in the morning or something like that. And then you're like, I gotta go find Dottie's or like some fucking game bar. Like, I don't know. You're familiar with that. But yeah, they got them around. Like taverns and shit, Gotta go get some meat after work or meat after, a whole night of drinking. Yeah, I just looked it up right now. It says that for both Saturday and on Friday, the The dance ended at 3:00.
That's pretty good because over here it's
Nice.
usually 2.
It wasn't as bad as I figured. I mean, usually most venues, when they offer you general admission, you're pretty much like sardines in a fucking can, stuck with whoever you're packed in there on the dance floor with, and you even got nowhere to sit or anything like that. One thing that I would say I thought was kind of wild is they did have the pricing for like the packages like for table sitting, and it was like $600 to reserve a table.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. There was at least 4 of us, right? Like the 3 of us plus like my wife. We went to go to the dance, so like $100 for each of us, and then we would still be $200 short. So it's like an extra 50 from the 4, between each of us. It would have been cool, but also not entirely necessary to sit.
That's just a flex.
Yeah, honestly. I would have been cool with standing up the whole time, honestly, because like we're chilling. Albeit though, it is harder since we did just come from the con. So it's like, well, I not just come from the con. I guess we took a little break, but
Yeah.
still, that's a lot of like on the standing throughout the days, and plus like sitting seems like a fucking there's a lot of people there, and there's like a lot of my dad's side of me came out, and I was looking for paraphernalia, and I swear like I was looking for some, I found some, but I'm like, you know what? I don't know, I don't care. It's not my business. Even still, like definitely, it was a great time in there. Everybody was, hopefully for the most part, being respectful of each other's business. At least it was in the center where everybody was dancing.
Yeah.
It's always like a community, especially like the feeling's more intense when you're like just letting loose. Even better if you know how to dance. That's always welcomed.
Probably the funniest thing, aside from the tables, I thought that people who bought the tables were like more inclined to pay extra money to surrender to their awkwardness. Being in the GA floor, you have to kind of like force yourself to like be around people or like dance or do something versus just kind of sitting down, which I feel like, to be fair, in our generation, the majority of, I would say, our age group that were there at that party, probably a little bit awkward. Intermingling with their friends, staying quiet or sitting down, and kind of, I don't know, it always makes me want to say like it defeats the purpose of like going to the dance in the first place. I like to think that for those that did go to the dance, really did try to come out of their shell, whether it was like drinking a little bit or, doing a little nose candy or whatever, honestly. Being able to come out of your shell for a couple of hours and just dance and just vibe or whatever, like, good for you, man. That's a step forward, and we all had a good time, and it was worth you showing up.
Man, we gotta get you to ALA, man, because I'll tell you, everyone there, I don't know what they're like outside that room, but when they go in there, it's party time. We did check out one panel while we were there. That was the D&D panel, which was actually pretty good. The guy was super chill who was talking. Got a lot of insight on like how D&D works overall.
It was very invigorating, honestly. Everyone's first impression, at face value is, okay, it's a game. You're going to use your imagination a lot. It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of sitting down. Basically, a lot more conversation than anything. But these days, like, the way that you can really set it up, and I didn't realize that there were so many, I don't really know if platform is the world, but like just tools available for people who are up and coming or just starting to like really get into it. It goes beyond just buying like the campaign books at Barnes and Nobles. Like if you really wanted to, you can just make everything up from scratch. And there are no wrong answers, believe it or not. Like it's pretty cool. Like it really opened up my eyes to like just really like the opportunity that we could all do this someday. Whoever's really invested into just sitting down and just starting a campaign and just really just shooting the shit. Like that would be fucking crazy, dude. Like my mind just goes ape shit at the idea that, one of us or maybe 2 of us are just gonna like put in some money to, get some custom table, put a TV in the table, and then fucking, just set up the whole like D&D map campaign. It's fucking great. Somebody gets into figurines and starts painting and stuff. I'm getting ahead of myself. Just being nerdy was great. It was a really good experience. Overall, I would say my favorite part of the actual panel is where he just pretty much starts going into like how you develop ideas. One of the things that he was saying is like, hey, if your players are giving you advice, giving you information, like go roll with it, like take it. Like why would you ever, like it's free content, basically free DLC, why would you not take it? And I kind of like the way that he imagined it. It's just like, why do you have to do the bulk work of just imagining everything? If your players, like say you have 3 or 4 players and they create their own character, they also have to be responsible for creating the background, like the story for their character. Okay, and it's like you can use all of that. You know what I mean? And the way that he was just like so imaginative. Like, for example, he's like, okay, you have a character. He was born in so-and-so town. Take that piece of information later on in your campaign. Let's say you guys are, like, working your way back. All of a sudden, oh, no, like some tragedy event's about to go down. That town is all of a sudden getting swarmed by zombies or dragons or something like that. I always just thought, like, wow, man, like, that's pretty raw. Like, just all of a sudden, like, in your campaign out of nowhere, like, you think everything's hunky-dory, then all of a sudden, bam, a raid starts out in your hometown, and you got to save your mom before she just fucking gets stomped by a dragon. That's crazy. I hope you roll a 20. It's great. I'm honestly looking forward to that if we ever end up doing that someday. Or probably just get me involved and just start going around to my game and hobby stores around town and seeing if anybody's willing to start a new campaign for new players.
There's some cool panels here and there that we just missed out on the other days. But yeah, I was glad we really hit that one.
One thing that I am excited for, we did on the last day there, hit up the soft opening for the One Piece Cafe, first and only official One Piece Cafe in America. And they just happened to open it in Las Vegas. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's like, we saw the booth there. I was like, I don't even know they were doing this. They're like, yeah, it's open now. It's like, whoa, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular place, and surprisingly, this restaurant, it trumps almost every other restaurant in terms of, like, hours of operation. It's open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and that's pretty late for restaurants. Like, 11 p.m., that's late.
Yes.
Even for Las Vegas, most restaurants are like, all right, we're done, like, by, like, 9 or 10, unless it's like a bar-ish type.
I was thinking like a 9 p.m. thing for that place.
It's so popular, in fact, that they do run out of stuff on the menu. If any listeners out there live in Las Vegas with me, I highly suggest that if you're going to go visit the One Piece Cafe, got to do it early in the morning. Even if you don't want fried rice for breakfast, too bad. Just go in the morning. Just like, because otherwise everything's going to get sold out.
They also only had like a quarter of their menu actually available.
The prices were actually not that bad.
They really weren't. No, you're right.
It's kind of what I was expecting for that kind of place.
Yeah, it was really good. Honestly, I would definitely recommend. I ate all of my food. I had the fried. What is it? I had to look up the actual name.
It was like some fried rice with like some blue powder.
I had the ban peppers and egg fried rice. So basically, the two things that were available on the menu was the egg fried rice, and then they had a penne gorgonzola. Actually, it was a tuna pasta. They called it Sea King, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's what I had.
How would you say the tuna was, actually? Because I'm not really down for tuna like that.
I wouldn't know how to explain it. I'm not a chef. I don't know how to explain it to somebody who doesn't like tuna. You already know how tuna is, and if you don't like it, that's kind of what I like about it.
I feel like I'm into raw tuna, like tuna fish.
I think
like
you're
sushi.
just picky.
I'm super picky, yeah. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, whitefish I don't really do well, but tuna's fine. Tuna and salmon. Salmon, it really just depends. If it's baked salmon, then it depends on how it's baked and who baked it. Because not all salmon baked is good. Just to be
I don't know, man. I just got it for the experience, bro. And honestly, we were just hungry. And that pasta sounded the best at that time. I was going to get their special lemonade, but like I had second thoughts about it. Then I thought about it again and I got it. And it's what I expected. It's just lemonade.
Yeah,
literally.
You, right?
Like it could just be a fucking a jug of Simply lemonade in the back, and you could have fooled me.
Yeah, I got the Frankie Coke float, and it wasn't Coca-Cola, but it was good whatever they used.
So was it more like a root beer, you think?
No, it was Coca-Cola. Or I mean, it was a Coke, but it wasn't Coca-Cola.
Oh, probably like RC or something like that.
It was probably just like a generic thing that restaurants can get.
I wish one of us got the pastries. That would have been cool. They had 2 available, even though they said they were sold out. Very confusing, but then again, it was.
No, yeah,
late.
this lady tried to order the Big Mom cake. I guess somebody had already ordered it because the last one was in the fridge. Like, no, that's the last one, and it already got bought.
Yeah, the chiffon cake looked good. So did Chopper's hat cake. It was just really pretty. Like,
sure was, and it's definitely pastry price because holy shit, those small cakes were like $25 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And they were tiny, man.
Chopper was 25. Big Mom's chiffon cake was 15 each.
Yeah, a little cool spot. Definitely small though. That was the part that tripped me out the most. Like I thought for sure it was going to be like it should be at least a little bit bigger considering it's One Piece.
I can actually see them validating what they've done only because it's only the first one so far. If they're just trying this out, they're going to put it in. To be fair, they did put it in Chinatown, Koreatown, or wherever you want to call it. And so it kind of just fits in where with everything is at. On top of that, it's not like it's necessarily small. for what it is. They're not really going to be wasting too much retail space on like getting a space inside of a casino or something just because it's One Piece. They got to see how it does first because it is the first one.
Literally, it's easy money. It's One Piece. I don't know where the Naruto ramen shop is, but I'm sure that's doing pretty good.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure where it is either. I know that there is like a shop in Miami named like Dragon Bowls or Dragon Balls. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
But it was like a ramen shop too. But that's not like an official Dragon Ball Z shop. You know, like Toei and Toriyama aren't hands-on on it. It's just like somebody just named it that, you know?
Well, I think they have approval, but it's not officially licensed like ramen place. Because you can't just open a ramen shop like that. This is in Mexico.
This is in Mexico? What do you think that they do in Mexico?
What, Goku's serving you tacos in Mexico, bro? What are you talking about?
Are you serious? You haven't seen the fucking mural of Goku in front of the spit? Super Saiyan Goku, dude, just serving up tacos de lengua?
No, I have not seen that.
Oh my god, bro! I'm gonna send you every one I find from now on. Tacos del Super Goku or whatever.
Yeah, that's the
or
one.
some shit like that. Fucking god, man. God bless Mexico.
If I had a downside for the convention, it would be that it's a 3-day convention. I haven't been to a 3-day con in a good while, so I kind of forgot how fast like it flies by. You know, like we got to the after party, and I was like, oh damn, like after this, it's over.
I felt that too.
I think it was a good segue to come back for myself. After all, you know, it's been a long time for me, but yeah. By the end of it, I was a bittersweet feeling because I was tired, but at the same time, I was like, God, I wish there was more. This was definitely very fun.
But definitely, this is a con I could see myself going back to easy.
One other thing I don't think that we got to say is they definitely had a lot of cool spots in the actual West Hall area that we were at. One of the places that we ended up going back to almost pretty much every day. We ended up making our way to the 3rd floor. They had this little outdoor lounge area called Zenny. It was pretty lit, pretty much direct access to the roof. You don't have to go through any security checks or anything like that. It's just right there for you. They had a couple different things like pictures and DJs. There's some booth way in the corner where you can do like 360 videos. It was also a really good spot to just sightsee Vegas. I think one of the things that definitely grabbed our attention was that we had pretty much direct view to the Sphere. Definitely look forward to going back and chilling after a long walk in the exhibition halls. Maybe grab a bite to eat down in the food court. They did have some choices, I would say, as far as food goes.
Yeah, it was typical con prices for food. Yeah, it's just if you're desperate, go eat it. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. But also, shout out to the convention center for free parking. Like, oh my god, that's such a lifesaver. Out here in California, yeah, no, you pay for parking. And like in LA, it's like $40, I think, for the convention every day. When we were parking at Ontario for ALA, I think that was like $20.
The last day that we were there, the convention center was still open to a lot of people. That there were some panels that were going to be available. The D&D one specifically that we were going to was at 7 p.m. Clearly things that were still happening after the fact. Again, one of the shitty things that happened to us was we had parked so far away. So before we can actually make our way out of the convention and head over to the One Piece Cafe and do all that good stuff so we can finally eat, we get to the Vegas Loop so that we can go back down. And we get there at the same time as this other guy who's talking to this lady, and she is just like super good at her job, bro. I'm calling it right here. Nobody else is using these things. I'm sorry, you're too late. Those loops are closed. And it's so funny as she said this. She's like, the loop is closed. No more cars going to be taking anybody. This is it. Anybody who's here now is going to get one. And the guy next to us was like, okay, but I am here now. Can I get one? And she's like, sir, I'm sorry. We said no more. That's gonna be it. I'm sorry. Have a nice day. So yeah, the shitty thing about it is we ended up having to walk back like, I don't know, half of a mile.
Yeah, but that was the craziest part, is that the con was still going. Because usually on the last day for most cons 6:30, and then everything's done. But yeah, the last thing I think was the finals for like the stand up thing that they do. And that was going to end at like 10 p.m. That's pretty cool. I wonder if that's just like a Vegas thing. You know, like maybe they just have, like if you have the con, you have the con for the whole day kind of thing or something. But yeah, that was really cool. So that kind of gives it more leeway of it being a 3-day con because like, well, it's not really 2.5 days. It's 3 full days.
Yeah, all in all, I would say that I'm definitely looking forward to going back next year.
Yeah, so definitely if you're in the area, I would recommend checking out Level Up Expo. If you're a fan of fighting games, the con culture, cosplay, even hitting up like all the arcade games, Time Crisis and just whatever cabinets they had. So I think with that, guys, we could wrap up this episode for today. Thank you for listening, and once again, thank you for Level Up giving us the chance to go with the press badges.
Yeah, really cool times. Can't wait to go next year.
And weather-wise, yeah, it was pretty good. It wasn't hot. So this is like right before like the heat wave, essentially, right?
Yeah, it was funny. Our first day was actually raining.
Man, I forget how big Vegas was because there was a literal like metal festival going on kind of like next door. And I didn't realize that until like after when I saw pictures of Baby Metal in Vegas with like a bunch of other bands like Slipknot and all that. I'm like, that's cool, man. I would have loved to gone to that too. I think Michael from Face Jam went. So it would have been cool to go see him too. I wouldn't miss Level Up though. I'm glad I didn't miss this.
Yeah, did you guys go to Level Up at all this year? We would love to hear your feedback on the con. That'd be unversepodcast@gmail.com, as well as any other questions or comments, and we'll sure to bring those up on future episodes. And yeah, again, thank you for listening, and until next time, we'll catch you later.